Yesterday we started the class on Ramayan, and how much can you discuss in half an hour? So I decided to continue for a few days. Akampan, and a demon, an associate of Ravan, saw what happened, how Ram slaughtered 14,000 Rakshasa soldiers alone. Even he didn't take the help of Lakshman. He told Lakshman to just protect Sita, and Ram alone fought with these 14,000 soldiers, Rakshasa soldiers, headed by two brothers of Ravan, Khara and Dushana. And Ram killed all of them, including these two brothers of Ravan. And this demon, Akampan, somehow escaped, and he went and reported to Ravan. And he told that it won't be wise to try to attack Ram and try to deal with him. Rather, better would be to steal Ram's wife, Sita, who is extremely beautiful. And if Sita is stolen, then in her separation, Ram will die. And then Surpanakha came, Ravan's sister, whose nose and ears were chopped off by Lakshman. So she came crying to Ravan, and she also provoked Ravan, saying that Sita is so beautiful, she is fit to be your wife. So please steal her. And that would be the best way to take revenge. So Ravan then approached Marich. Marich, as you remember, when Vishwamitra approached Dasarath and told him that these two demons, Marich and Subahu, were spoiling his sacrifice. So Ram actually hit Marich with an arrow, and Marich was flung away 8,000 miles away into the ocean. So this Marich was a magician. He had the power to create or transform himself into various forms. So Ravan advised him that you take the shape of a golden deer and allure Sita, enchant Sita. And Sita will want that deer. At that time Ram will be. So in this way you take Ram away from Sita, and then I will kidnap her. Marich already saw who Ram was. He saw Ram's strength. When he saw Ram alone in the forest, he tried to attack Ram. But Ram gave him such a hard time, didn't kill him, but he was so badly injured that Marich then started to see Ram everywhere. He would see the tree with the color of green leaves, and tree bark. And Ram also, his complexion was green, and he was wearing a tree bark. So just as Ram was like green with tree barks, so Marich was when he would see the tree, he would think that that was Ram and be afraid. So in this way, he was so much obsessed with Ram out of his fear, then he gave up all animosity towards Ram and became an ascetic. So that's what he told Ravan, that this Ram is not an ordinary person, so don't get into any animosity with him. So Ravan told him that, look, I haven't come here to seek your advice. listen, what I am asking you to do, just do it, otherwise I am going to kill you. So then Marich decided, either I be killed by Ram or Ravan. Better I be killed by Ram than Ravan. So finally Marich agreed. And as a golden deer, he went to the forest where Sita was, in Panchavati forest, in the hutment that was built. And she saw the deer and she became so enchanted by this golden deer. The deer was moving so beautifully and dancing in front of her. So Sita told Ram, Ram, please get me this deer. Please catch that deer and give it to me. Then Ram said, look, it looks like, some demon with his magical trick, is doing all this. So don't expect her, it's a demon. But Sita kept on insisting, no, it's such a beautiful deer, why should it be a demon? Please get me the deer. Then Ram felt that this princess, daughter of King Janak, is undergoing so much austerities for my sake, came to the forest with me. And now since she is wanting it, okay, let me catch this deer. So Ram went after the deer, and the deer just started to run away. And with a magical trick, sometimes the deer was visible, sometimes the deer was not visible. And in this way, this golden deer took Ram far away into the forest. And then finally Ram shot the deer. And when the deer was dying, it called out to Lakshman, 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 come and save me. So when Sita heard that, she became very, very worried. But Lakshman was not concerned about that. So Sita told Lakshman, Lakshman, your brother is calling you, please go and save him. Lakshman said that, why should I worry about this Rakshasa? I told you it is a Rakshasa who is acting like this. Who can ever do anything to Ram? But then Sita started to rebuke Lakshman, insult Lakshman, saying all kinds of things, saying even that, oh, now I can see, you wanted Ram to die, and so that you can enjoy me. That's why you have come to the forest. So being insulted in this way, Lakshman finally went, and when Lakshman went, then Ravan came there, disguised as a sannyasi. So he came and begged some alms, asking Sita, what are you doing here in the middle of the forest? And Sita told who she was, told about Ram. And then then Ravan revealed his identity and grabbed Sita and forced her into the chariot, Pushpak Rath, and started to fly away. That chariot flies in the sky. At that time, Jatayu heard Sita's voice asking for help. And then Jatayu saw that this Ravan was kidnapping Sita. So Jatayu came and attacked Ravan. Although Jatayu knew how powerful Ravan was, but still he attacked him. With his beak and with his claws, he tore flesh from Ravan's body and flung him with his wings, struck him with his wing, and Ravan got injured. Pushpak Viman broke and fell down. And this way Jatayu was fighting with Ravan. Then finally Ravan cut the wings of Jatayu, and Jatayu fell on the ground. And he remained alive until Ram came. In the meantime, Ram and Lakshman, Ram was surprised to see Lakshman. He said, "Why did you leave Sita alone?" And he said that I heard the voice and Sita insisted that I come and help you. He said, I could see that this is Rakshasa conjuring all these tricks. Then he mentioned that it was actually Sita who is doing, Sita that forced him to come in search of him. And when they went back, they found that Sita was not at home, not in the hut. But then soon they found Jatayu's blood-stained body, oozing blood all over. They couldn't recognize that it was Jatayu because his body was so disfigured. And then initially they thought that maybe this is a Rakshasa who actually ate up Sita. But then they recognized that it was actually Jatayu. And Jatayu told everything. That how Ravan actually kidnapped Sita and injured him. Saying that, giving the news that Sita has been kidnapped, Jatayu left his body. And Ram felt so indebted to Jatayu that he embraced him, crying. And then they cremated Jatayu, and Jatayu went back to the spiritual world. Then Ram and Lakshman started to look for Sita everywhere. Then all of a sudden they saw one Rakshasa. It was huge, it had a huge body and it had this one eye on the chest and a mouth on the belly. It was a Kabandha, a headless creature. But this Kabandha with his long hands held Ram and Lakshman. And Ram and Lakshman became quite helpless in that condition. His grip was so strong. So then Lakshman said, Ram, cut his arms. And Ram said, yes, I am cutting one arm. You cut the other. And then they cut the arms of the demon. So then the demon told them his life story, that he performed great austerity, and as a result of that he received the boon from Brahma that he'll have a very long life, no one will be able to kill him. And being so powerful, he attacked Indra, and Indra struck him with Vajra, and his head went inside his body. So he asked Indra to kill him. Indra said, no, Brahma has given you the benediction, so I can't counteract that. So you'll survive, you'll live a long life in this way. Then he said, how am I going to eat? How am I going to see anything? I don't have my eyes, I don't have my mouth. So then Indra said, okay, you'll have your eye on your chest, and your mouth on your belly, and your hands will be so long and so strong that you can catch different creatures and put them in your belly. So he asked, but how can I be delivered? Or will I ever be delivered from this condition? Then Indra said, yes. When Ram and Lakshman will come, and when they cut your two arms and burn your body, then you'll be delivered. So he said that finally you came. I am so thankful to you. So please deliver me, please burn my body. So Lakshman created a pyre and his body was burnt and he came out with his celestial body as a Gandharva. And Ram told him that, can you please tell me where Ravan is who stole my wife? Then he said, I don't know where Ravan is and where he lives, I don't know who he is. But one thing I can tell you, that in your plight, one monkey leader, his name is Sugriv, you will find him in Rishamukh mountain, and he will help you to find your wife and rescue your wife from this Ravan. So then Ram and Lakshman came to Rishamukh mountain, and Sugriva was in the Rishamukh mountain. So when he saw Ram, he was afraid, because he had some animosity with his brother Bali, and he thought that they must be Bali's people who are coming to kill him. So then, but Hanuman, who was his minister, he said, your fear is unnecessary. They don't look like someone who has come to harm you. He said, no, see, Sugriva said, they look like ascetics, but they're carrying weapons. It's unusual. Ascetics don't carry weapons. So Hanuman, just go and find out who they are. So Hanuman assumed the body of a young Brahmana boy and came to Ram, offered obeisances to him, and in a very polite way he asked, we are very surprised to see you here, and especially you look like ascetics, but you are carrying weapons. It's unusual. Who are you? Please tell us. So Rama was very pleased with this very sweet and gentle speech of Hanuman. So then Ram told who they are, who he is, and who is Lakshman, and narrated that his wife had been kidnapped by Ravan, and he has been told to make ally with Sugriva. So Hanuman said, come, I'll take you to Sugriva. So Hanuman took them to Rishamukh mountain, to Sugriva. And Sugriva also told his story after hearing Ram's plight. And he said that his brother Bali is very powerful, very strong, and he is the king of the monkeys. And both the brothers are very closely related, very closely attached to each other. And one time there is a demon called Mayavi challenged Bali at night. So being challenged in this way, Bali came out, and Sugriva also followed him. And seeing Bali and Sugriva coming, Mayavi ran away. So Bali gave a chase, and they chased him, ran after him for a long time. Then this Mayavi entered into a cave. So Bali told Sugriva, I am going inside the cave in search of this demon. Now you stay, guard the gate of the cave. Saying that, he entered into the cave. And Sugriva stood there for 1 year, and Bali didn't come. And then all of a sudden he heard the cry of the Rakshasas. And then he saw that blood oozing out of that cave. So he thought maybe Bali died, Rakshasas killed him. Because he couldn't hear Bali's voice, he heard only the Rakshas's voice. So he, thinking that Bali has been killed, so he covered the mouth of the cave with a big boulder, very big stone. And then he came back to Kishkinda, their capital, and the ministers were happy to see that Sugriva came back, and they thought that Bali died, and they coronated him as the king of the monkeys. And then when Bali came back, then Bali came to the kingdom, and he saw Sugriva is sitting on the throne. So Bali became very angry, and he said, oh, so you covered the mouth of the cave and you wanted to kill me, and now you became the king. You wanted to become the king. And Sugriva tried to tell him the whole story, but Bali wouldn't listen. So he beat him up and drove him out of Kishkinda. and he took over his wife Ruma. And so being chased away like that, Sugriv, accompanied by a handful of monkeys who were loyal to him, they came to this Rishimukh mountain. They took shelter of Rishimukh mountain because Rishimukh mountain is a place where Bali couldn't come. Because Bali was cursed by a sage called Matanga Rishi. So once, one demon called Dunduvi challenged Bali to a fight. And in that fight, Bali killed Dunduvi, smashing it on the ground. And his whole body was practically beaten to a pulp. And then he threw that body 8 miles away. And while the body was flying over the mountain, the blood from this dead body of Dunduvi fell on Matanga Rishi's ashram, polluting the ashram. So Matanga Rishi became so enraged that he cursed that whoever has done that, if ever he comes near this place, near this mountain, he'll turn into stone. So that's why Bali couldn't come there, and Sugriv took shelter in fear of Bali in Rishimukh mountain. So then Ram told Sugriv that both of us have the same situation. My wife has been kidnapped by the demon Ravan, and your wife has been taken away by your elder brother. So so let us help each other. I'll help you killing Bali and making you the king of the monkeys, and you help me to rescue Sita. So they vowed to become friends forever. And then he told Sugriv, just you go, you challenge Bali to a fight, and at that time I will kill him by shooting an arrow. So Sugriv went and challenged Bali. Bali came out casually, thinking this weakling wants to fight with me. Okay, I'll give him such a good lesson that he'll never think of coming out to me. And so they fought, and Bali beat up Sugriv very badly, and Sugriv ran away from there. So Sugriv then started to accuse Ram. You gave me such a false promise. You said that you were going to kill, and out of this support, I took the courage to go and fight with him and see what he has done to me. My whole body is beaten out of shape. And Ram told that, look, both of you look so similar that I couldn't actually make out who is who. And out of fear, I didn't shoot any arrow because I couldn't recognize who is Bali and who is you. So anyway, you go again, bearing some mark so that I can recognize you, and I will kill Bali. So then Sugriv went and started to challenge Bali again, going near his palace. So Bali thought, just now I beat him up and again he has come. What's the problem with him? And his wife, Tara, told that, please don't go. It seems that there is some ominous arrangement. Because Sugriv never dared to fight with you. He was running away from you out of fear. He took shelter of Rishimukh mountain so that you cannot come near him. And now he is coming and challenging you to fight. And even after being beaten up so badly, he came again to fight with you. Something is wrong. Please don't go. And I also heard from my son, Angad, that two princes have joined hands with Sugriva. So probably something is being dubiously arranged. But Bali didn't pay any heed, and he just said, I don't have any animosity with Ram, so why he would harm me? And he is noble and he is just, so I don't think anything will come from, any attack will come from Ram. And saying that, Bali went, and when they fought, while they were fighting, in the meantime, to mark Sugriva, Lakshman gave him a creeper, a flowering creeper on his neck like a garland. So Ram now could recognize who is Sugriva and who is Bali, and he shoot an arrow, and being struck by that arrow, Bali fell down. He didn't die immediately because he had a kavacha, and this was given by Indra. Bali was actually Indra's son. So Indra gave him this talisman, the kavach, and so as long as he had this kavach, he wouldn't die. So when Ram came to him, he started to accuse Ram. Why did you do that? You did this unfair, unjust, sinful act. I didn't have any animosity with you, but still you attacked me in this way. So when he started to accuse Ram in this way, Ram then justified his act, saying that I am a descendant of Ikshvaku, and as a result of that, I have the responsibility to maintain the law and order of this planet. And since you have acted in such a sinful way by kidnapping your wife or your brother's wife, and unjustly you have punished him, so it is my responsibility to punish you. And besides that, a Kshatriya has the right to kill animals. So since you're a monkey, an animal, killing you as a Kshatriya was not at all inappropriate. So then Bali understood, and Bali surrendered himself to Ram, recognizing his spiritual identity, and he gave his kavacha that Indra gave him, he gave it to Sugriva, and announced that Sugriva would become the king after him. And he told his son Angad to remain faithful and submissive to Sugriva, listen to him and always assist him. Saying that, he left his body. So then Sugriva became the king of the monkeys, and he already promised Ram that he would help to find Sita. So he sent 4 groups of monkeys in 4 different directions, and he sent one group headed by Angad towards south. And in that group there was Jambavan, Hanuman, Nila, Mainda, Dvidev, and Ram had a feeling that Hanuman will be able to find Sita. So he blessed him, and he gave his ring and told him that when you find Sita, you show her this ring, and she will recognize, and that's how she'll recognize that you are my agent, my rep. So then they all went towards south. After a long time, after a long search, they couldn't find Sita anywhere, or Ravan's capital. But then one day when they were almost given up all hope, they saw one large bird, and the bird was saying that finally I got some food. Like these monkeys, I'm going to eat them. So all the monkeys then started to lament. So finally we are now going to die. It's the Ravan who made all these misfortune for all of us. The first one to give his life was Jatayu. Poor Jatayu, the valiant Jatayu, fought so nicely to rescue Sita. But we, without being able to do anything valiant for Ram, now we have to die. Better we die here than go back to Ram again. So when this bird heard Jatayu, name of Jatayu, he said, where did you find him? Where did you meet him? So then the monkeys told him the whole story and asked, oh, so you know Jatayu also? He said, yes, he is my elder brother. Two of our other brothers, we are the sons of Arun and Sweni. And Jatayu and I were once flying towards the sun planet, and my wings got burnt coming close to the planet, and then Indra struck me with a thunder and I fell here. So at that time when I fell here and regained my consciousness, I saw a saintly person, a sadhu, rishi. So I asked him, please revive me and give me my wings back. He said, no, I can't give you the wings. But when these monkeys come carrying the message of Ram, and you tell them they'll be searching Sita, and when you help them to find Sita, Sita's whereabouts, then your wings will grow again. So he said, maybe this is the time now. Yes, Sita is there in Lanka. Ravan has kidnapped her, and with his chariot he took her into his capital in the middle of the ocean, 100 yojanas away from here, 800 miles away from here. So there Sita is. So when he was telling about Sita, his wings grew again. And like having regained his youth, he started to fly around. So now they came to the tip of the land at the bank of the ocean. 100 yojanas, how to jump. So they were considering who should jump. Different monkeys gave their ability to jump. Angad said that he could jump 100 yojanas, but he was not sure he would be able to jump back another 100 yojana. Jambavan, who was the elderly wise person, so Jambavan said, look, you can, what to speak of 100 yojanas, you can even jump 1,000 yojanas. But since you are the leader of the group, you shouldn't do that. The one who can do that is Hanuman. And he told about Hanuman's prowess, the benedictions that Hanuman received from different demigods. And he also told that Hanuman, when he was a little boy, being empowered with such prowess, he was causing a lot of disturbance to the sages in the forest. Like so, the sages cursed him that he will forget his power until he is reminded about his power by somebody else. And with that power, when he decides to help Ram, yes, then he'll get back his power. He'll remember his power. So this way you can say Hanuman was not aware of his power all this while. Some power he had, he could change his form as we saw, like he could change himself into a Brahmana boy. But he was not aware of his strength. But becoming aware of that, Hanuman became very excited. So he expanded himself into 50 times larger. And he climbed up the Mahendra mountain. And from there he jumped towards Lanka. So I'll stop the class now. Tomorrow we'll resume. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande Hari.